Over the past several years, Cupcake and I have been on some amazing adventures, camping in our 6x10 cargo trailer conversion all over the western U.S. and hiking in some awe-inspiring locations. After slowing down for a while, Cupcake really got the bug to go out again, but this time she wanted to try it on her own. So after a little planning and a whole lot of winging it, Cupcake headed to our cabin in Tennessee and set up her car to camp in while exploring places we've seen and many neither of us have ever explored before.
Good morning. All right, so we are leaving the cabin in Tennessee and we are heading on an epic journey. Yay! Our first stop's gonna be Jasper, Arkansas, just to kind of do a little bit of a tour of a place that I used to live that I thought was really cute. Then we're gonna head to Superior, Nebraska. Their little town allows you to car camp, so that'll give me a little stopping point there. And then we're heading to South Dakota and gonna explore the whole area, and I can't wait. Yay! Y'all, I've thought about this trip for a while now, and even though Cornbread and I have gone on lots of adventures together, I've always dreamed of doing a solo trip. I've always put it off, but one day can turn into never if you let fear or excuses win. There's never a perfect time to start, there's just now. Highway 7 from Russellville up to Jasper, Arkansas, which Jasper leads you, Highway 7 leads you straight up into the Ozark Mountains. Well, I made it to the Ozark Mountains. Let's zoom in a little bit there. Absolutely gorgeous, isn't it? Kind of a cloudy day, but it's still pretty. Okay, so here's a second overlook on Highway 7. Look how beautiful, y'all. And the Ozarks are a beautiful place to come and visit. The weather's cleared a little bit, so you get better view of the mountains. So here I am, finally doing it by myself while Cornbread holds down the fort. I'm driving through the Ozarks, then on through Kansas, Nebraska, South Dakota, and beyond. But this trip isn't just about the places. It's about saying yes to something I've wanted to do for a very long time. It's about proving to myself that I don't need everything to be perfect to take the leap. At the Ozark Cafe, if they're still open. Cute little town. Kind of all in one little area here, and you can make a little block around the town so you can see it all. I've been to the Ozark Cafe before, you guys, and it was just like I remember. It's been a very long time. I had a bowl of their homemade chili with cornbread, and it was delicious. It was just what I needed before I hit the road again. If you guys have been dreaming about trying something like this, don't wait. You don't need the best gear or a big budget. You just need to start somewhere. I'm doing this because life is way too short for a someday. This is my today, and maybe I'll inspire someone to make it their day as well. Okay guys, so we made it to our first campsite. It is Huckleberry Ridge Dispersed Camping right outside of Pineville, Missouri. I was going to try to stay in Jasper, Arkansas, but we got there a little bit earlier than what I had intended to get there. Did everything I wanted there, and so I wanted to be able to get a little bit closer to our destination for tomorrow. As you can see, it is just a little field. You can travel on that road right there and go back a little bit further, but since we're just here to stay the night, then get up and head on to our next destination, I figured pulling off right here is going to be just perfect. Now, tonight will be our first night in the car on the 3-inch foam mattress. So wish me luck. Hopefully it sleeps well and that there's no issues. If not, we are going to be in for a long ride, or I'm going to have to figure out something else. But I think it's going to be okay. But for the night, not too shabby, especially since it's free. All right, I will see you in the morning. Good morning, everybody. So it is about 6 a.m. I am at the Love's truck stop. I got here probably about 3 a.m. last night, and let me tell you why. In Pineville, Missouri last night, a bad storm came through. And it was thunder, lightning, and just started raining really bad. And so the reason why I decided to move campsites is because when you first come into that campsite there's a big walnut tree, and it does make a little circle, and then you go back to the campsites and you're in an open field, but there's trees all around you, and that area has had a lot of rain and kind of wet and muddy. And so I was just worried about, with all the new rain coming in, that I could potentially get stuck or some limbs or something would fall. And I'm glad I moved, because when I was leaving it was really, really bad. And so I didn't know how far I'd have to drive, but only had to drive 15 minutes, and I came to this Love's truck stop here and went right back to sleep actually, and slept really good. The mattress, the 3-inch foam mattress, slept well. I didn't have any issues. I went to bed about 9:30 last night, and like I said, the only reason why I had to get up and move was because of the weather, and I probably didn't have to move. I just felt more comfortable to move. So I slept excellent. I'm gonna go into the Love's truck stop now, hopefully get some coffee, freshen up a little bit, and then we're gonna head to Superior, Nebraska, and I will meet you at the campsite there. Very different drive this morning compared to the mountains yesterday. We're in Kansas right now. Still overcast. It's about 9 o'clock a.m. It's a very beautiful drive though. Okay guys, so we made it to Superior, Nebraska, and to our campground for the night. It's Lincoln Park Campground, which is right inside of Superior, Nebraska. I'm going to give you a couple of details about the park. So here inside the park, there are 20 level concrete pads with electricity, guys, with electricity for free. Okay, they do accept donations, and when you first come into the park, you need to register. There's a little box. There was no envelopes to do the donations, so I'm not sure exactly how to do that just yet. I'm gonna try to figure that out. And then there's a sign right there that tells you all the rules of the park, and to make sure you follow those. There are 3 small kid areas with swings and slides, a little playground. There is a pond. The pond didn't look all that great. The last time Cornbread and I was here, the pond really looked really nice, and there were people actually fishing. There was no one fishing at it at this time. There's several picnic tables, so if you just want to stop through and have even just a picnic for the day, that they have some covered pavilions here for just picnicking. There's trash cans that are provided, so please throw your trash in the cans and not on the grounds. There's barbecue pits at the sites if you want to have a little barbecue, and in the pavilions as well. There's bathrooms, flush toilets. So there's a men and a women's bathroom with running water, so you can wash your hands, kind of freshen up a little bit. They got these little rings that you can do a frisbee toss and play a game. Beautiful green areas with gorgeous trees. My site is number 3, and it's in the shade so I won't have any issues with the sun. But right now it's June and it's 80 degrees here, and it's supposed to be, I think, 65 tonight, so that's going to be very nice. But yeah, that's the park, and it's great, you know, especially for free. There is inside the town, if you need, there is a little grocery store, so if you want to go, you know, just help. It is a small town. It looks it's not like a huge town with lots of things going on, but the grocery store, there's a liquor store, there's gas stations, there's a laundry place to go do laundry. This is really a cool little stop, y'all. And you can stay up to 14 days here for free. Can't beat that, really. Yay, I made it to South Dakota, y'all. It seems like it was a long trip today, but I am here and I'm at my new campsite. I left Superior this morning at 5 a.m. That's why I didn't talk from that campsite before I left, because I was trying to be considerate, because some RVers had come in and were right next to me, and those campsites are a little close, so I didn't want to try to, you know, make a video this morning and people here and wake them up because they came in a little late. That campsite is a very quiet. Only noise I heard all night was those couple that they came in about 10 o'clock. And I love that there are toilets there, the flushable toilets. And when you're car camping, that's kind of something that I'm looking for as I'm camping. Do they have some vault toilets? You know, I have my toilet system I can set up, obviously, if I need to, but I prefer to have a vault toilet. But that's going to wrap up this video. I will give y'all a sneak peek of where I'm at, but we'll talk about that and all the things that I'm doing in this area on next week's video. So make sure you stay tuned for that. And until next week, I'll see you in the next one.